How to create authenticity on board a private jet. Often VIP flight attendants are considered the custodian of the authenticity, and our main goal is to create authentic experiences on board a private jet. But how do we do that? What does actually mean to create authentic experience? Well, probably the number one concept that I would like to give it to you on this matter is do not follow a script. Never ever follow a script. Just be focused and keep in mind that every flight is different. Even if the customer is the same, but they are in a different mood, they are flying for a different reason, they are maybe flying with different people as well. Something has happened today which is different than yesterday, and therefore it creates a completely different new set of information, of feelings and emotions. So every flight is different and treat it that way, okay? Do not follow a script because this is what airline does. In the airline, you have your list of tasks that you have to follow, and you have to be very precise, and you know exactly when to do that, how to do that, how long it should take to do that, etc., etc. On a private jet, you capture the information, you listen, you observe, and then you act according to all this new set of information you have just acquired. So do not follow a script. Of course, you have the list of things that you are supposed to do during a flight, right? You are supposed to feed them, you are supposed to provide them comfort. Of course, you are supposed also to look after safety and security and communication and so on and so forth. This, yes, you have to do, but you have to be clever enough and authentic enough to understand when is best to do each one of these tasks. I'm not talking about safety and security, of course, that stands alone and is the priority on top of everything else. But when it comes to hospitality, what to do and when to do, you actually decide. And this is probably what I like the most about business aviation, because it's entirely on you, okay? Is, let's say, a sort of a trust put on you, the VIP flight attendant, to manage, handle the flight in the best way possible according to what you see, what you observe, what you perceive from the customer that is needed at that moment, that is important at that moment, and therefore what you can do to make the flight authentic. As I said, observation and emotional intelligence and empathy are definitely skills number one to achieve this. And a second and also quite important suggestion and tip that I can give to you in order to make your flight authentic is put yourself in their shoes. If you're traveling for business, for example, and your customer are going somewhere to their destination for a business meeting, and then they come back after 2 or 3 hours. So normally when this happens, the crew wait on board for the customer to come back, and then you fly them back home. Maybe it would be a very good idea to welcome the customer with a cocktail or with a nice drink, something, something unusual, something that has just that little spark of difference, so they can relax after effectively a day of work. Being authentic and being able to create an authentic flight experience, it means, in other words, that you are able to make the customers feeling at home also when they are not at home. So being on an aircraft is not being at home. However, they might be comfortable as well, because you welcome them with a drink, to relax after a day of work, or a fluffy pillow on their bed so they can go lie down and rest for a while, or comfortable cashmere slippers so they can remove the high heels for ladies and just be comfortable during the flight. So all these little things, is what we do in order to create an authentic flight experience. And the most important tip that I would like to give to you is be yourself. Celebrate your personality, celebrate your heritage, your background. This is what differentiates you from another flight attendant. And if you think about in the airline, and I'm talking by experience, you are actually forced, I would say, not to show anything about yourself, anything about your culture, where you're coming from, your tradition, your heritage. In some airlines, you're not even allowed to speak your own language because you have to speak English, because English is the aviation language. In this, for example, for me being Italian, what can I do to celebrate my heritage with my customers? Well, I will prepare an Aperol Spritz, for example, which is the number one aperitivo in Italy, or order some Italian food, tiramisu, or maybe preparing some handmade bruschetta. So all these things I can do in order to celebrate who I am for my customer. It doesn't matter if we are not flying to Italy or from Italy. I am Italian, so I am celebrating, and I am, sharing with you a little bit of myself, a little part of who I am, of my heritage, of my tradition and culture. And this is, what makes the flight unique. I am making the flight unique. I am again the custodian of the authenticity, because I am here today with you, and I would like to make you feel at home in my way. Of course, giving you what you need, but with that little touch that comes from me, because I am the one that makes it authentic. I hope that this can clarify a little bit what do we mean when we speak about authenticity on board a private jet. And if you are interested about VIP flight attendants and the business aviation industry, feel free to get in touch with Private Jet Coach, the VIP Flight Attendant Academy, where we do prepare and train future VIP flight attendants to start their career and their journey in this amazing, amazing job.